Hello, I'm going to be talking about the French puppet government in Mexico. To get a general idea, French troops invaded Mexico and took over the majority of it, which led to fleeing Benito Juarez, the president, out of Mexico. To start off with the details, let's get into 1861, Napoleon III's scheme. After Napoleon found out that conservative Mexicans wanted to overthrow Juarez's presidency, he thought that it benefited him because he wanted to create an alliance of Latins to expand his empire for the New World. And it was perfect timing because Mexico was already in a situation of debts. Speaking of that, it was because they were refusing to pay their foreign debt, and he used that as an excuse to invade Mexico. In 1862, France actually invades Mexico. The French troops marched to Mexico City, and the Mexican army made it to the Battle of Puebla. If you look to the bottom right corner, you'll see a map, and all of which is blue is where France invaded Mexico. There were already a lot of other countries that wanted to invade Mexico as well because of the foreign debt, the payment, but they ended up not to. France, obviously, Napoleon used it as an excuse, so that's not really why they were there. 1863, Benito Juarez fled out of Mexico. The French took over the central of Mexico, which fled Juarez out of Mexico. 1864, Maximilian rules. Maximilian had been falsely voted for to be Emperor of Mexico, which was just a part of Napoleon's scheme, making Maximilian the puppet. Of course, Napoleon offered Maximilian to be the emperor, and he accepted. Maximilian wanted to keep up the work that Juarez was already doing. He didn't really want to change much of that, just do better things. For example, he didn't want to put back church holdings that were taken away by Juarez, and he wanted to stick by that. But a lot of people didn't like him because of that, or he got a lot of backlash for it. Later that year, he did go on a tour, and he realized that Mexicans just wanted peace and justice, and he noticed that Republican guerrillas threatened that, and he didn't like that, which leads to 1865, Maximilian's new decree. He demanded that all guerrillas, Republican guerrillas, that were caught should be shot after 24 hours. 1867, French troops withdrew. Napoleon was pushed to withdraw his troops. Williams H. Seward, who is the U.S. Secretary of State, forced Napoleon to withdraw his troops, and that's exactly what happened. Who was involved? Napoleon III. He made up the scheme. His French troops invaded Mexico, and he also made Maximilian a puppet in his scheme. So Maximilian was the emperor, but his puppet. Benito Juarez was the president of Mexico, in which he did get fled out. He did re-enter and got re-elected for president later on. What was the purpose? Napoleon III wanted to create an alliance, like I said. He wanted to create an alliance with the Latins so that he could expand his Mediterranean land. And conservative Mexicans wanted to get rid of Juarez. So, yeah. What was the outcome? French troops were forced to withdraw. So after that, Benito Juarez was, like I said, he was reelected, and the first thing that he did, or one of the first things, was that he got Maximilian executed because he was a part of the scheme, and he was the emperor. What happened after France's invasion of Mexico? Carlota, Maximilian's wife, had really bad mental health issues. Those health issues grew once she found out that Maximilian was going to give up the office and not be the emperor anymore. And it was worse when she found out that he had to stay in Mexico and he was going to get executed. And so she had mental health issues until she died in 1927. The French commander withdrew all French troops from everywhere, so it wasn't just Mexico. Well, it was after Mexico. After Juarez's re-entry to Mexico, he quickly reduced the hatred of civil war. So, yep, and that's it. Thank you.